imagine it wasn't, just you turn the switch on and all of a sudden you started the company.
Mhm.
There must have even though you were excited for it, I'd imagine you probably had some nervousness. You were probably, kind of
Mhm.
worried about how to start this thing if it was going to work.
Mhm.
What how long did that process take, and what got you through it to where you are now?
I would say it was about 8 years of just freelancing.
Hmm.
And it could have been a lot sooner if I had the strategy and belief. So like I said, I started off doing free work, and then it got to a point where I would get contacted almost like almost daily. Like sometimes like during peak season of people wanting to shoot, like in the summer and spring, um, I would just get hit up all the time, like, hey, I need this type of video. I need this type of video. And I really lacked the structure because I was kind of just saying yes to everything. You
Sure,
need
I
to,
did that too.
yeah, you just kind of find a niche, like something that you're really good at or you really like to enjoy to shoot,
Hmm.
and just double down on that.
Right.
Um, but after about 8 years to kind of do it on the side, I was like, you know what, I can really do this. Like
Hmm.
I have a lot of contacts, and I never really marketed myself, which is kind of something I regret, but it kind of worked out because it was all organic. Everybody's like, you know what, you need to hit up Alfredo. He does great video work. And
That's got to feel good, hearing that after, not being sure for so long. Like that must have
yeah,
really meant something.
yeah, it did. And I just said, you know what, I'm going for it. I had saved up a little bit, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to open this studio. Whatever happens, happens. And I don't know if it was a bad decision or a great decision. It was during the heart of the pandemic. I
Sure.
said, I can't do this. I have to get out. Like, imagine being inside, and I'm a free spirit. I like to be out and about. In the pandemic, like doubled that. Like
Hmm.
now I'm in the house. And when I'm not in the house, I'm at my job, and I'm just not happy.
Hmm.
So I was like, you know what? You only live once. If I fail, I fail. But at least I tried. And ultimately, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to actively reach out to somebody who I actively reach out to some of the people I've done work with in the past. I'm just going to accept every project, which turned into a frenzy of me just shooting and running around, shooting, editing. The cycle was just vicious. But now I'm kind of narrowing down and picking and choosing on what projects that I want to take on, because I am able to generate a stream of income from YouTube. So I'm kind of transitioning into only doing the projects that I want to do.
Yeah, which that we kind of went through a similar journey with our company too, where at the beginning we started with just kind of scattershot of like we're doing photography, we're doing video, we're doing broadcast, we're doing 360 video popped up, so we started doing that, and
Mm-hmm.
then it was only in the last like maybe year or two where we really started to say, okay, like we know what we don't enjoy, right? We don't enjoy doing this stuff, so we're just not going to advertise that anymore. We don't think that we're all that good at doing this kind of stuff, so we're not going to do that. And we really honed in now on knowing who we are as filmmakers. But I also think that moment of saying yes to everything, like, did let us know what our identity is. Uh,
Yes.
so I guess off of that, we've got a question here. So what do you see as coming next, right? So now you've kind of learned who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know where you've come from. You know what you like, you don't like. What do you
Mm-hmm.
want to do next?
What's next is doing a lot of purpose driven content.
Hmm.
We want to make our own content to complement the reactions on YouTube.
Hmm.
So short films, music videos. My partner makes music. I love shooting music videos. I love it, especially when it's music I can enjoy and share with my family and friends. Um, yeah, I just want to create content that inspires and teaches. So we do want to kind of do some teaching how to like light properly, sound and cinematography, but also show people that you can be creative for a living. You can create your own short films and skits and shows. So I just want to be a living, a walking testimony of you being able to be a full-time filmmaker. So look for a lot of creative content on our channel outside of reactions, because that's what's coming next. I'm freeing up a lot of my time doing the random projects to do more in-house projects.
Man, after hearing that, like I'm inspired. Like let's go create something. That feels
Yeah,
great.
for sure, for sure. That's my goal and my mission, and that's the purpose of Higher Faculty. And as long as I'm alive, I'm living that purpose.